What's up, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back for this next episode for the FGC TALK series. First of all, I want to apologize to you guys real quick. I know that I usually upload between Wednesdays or Thursdays, but I meant to upload a video last night, but I was so caught up in watching the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson videos. So yeah, so that's why we didn't upload anything last night. But here we are now. Today's topic is going to be about the state of Pocket Bravery. Okay, so Pocket Bravery. When I think of Pocket Bravery, you know what I mean. Like, I think of it as the little brother to KOF. Okay, Pocket Bravery has some similarities with King of Fighters, with the older King of Fighters games, in terms of like strict inputs, execution, very high skill ceiling, but it also lays way for casual players, for those who are not very good at fighting games as well. So, like, you know, it has modern controls, but it's done differently. So it has its way with casual players for making combos and executions easier. So, why are we talking about Pocket Bravery? This has been on my mind for weeks now, guys. Okay, for months. Why are we talking about Pocket Bravery? The game was developed and done by Statera Studio. They are a small indie developer company from Brazil. Speaking of SNK, they even have Show from Breaker's Revenge. He's a guest character in the game, so the game borrows heavily from King of Fighters in terms of with the interface, the game's interface when you go to practice mode, even with the game's inputs, like some of the characters' executions, like I said. Okay, so why are we talking about Pocket Bravery? Well, what's been on my mind with Pocket Bravery is the fact that the game is going on. The game dropped last year. Okay, if I remember correctly, the game dropped in August of last year, 2023. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Okay, anybody who plays the game, anybody who's watching this video. So the game dropped last year, if I remember correctly, and we were told by the company, by Statera Studio, that there was going to be a console release. Okay. What they have, there hasn't been any word on a console release during that time. Only that there was an announcement for a console release, okay? And so, you know, when the game, I played the beta, I played the Pocket Bravery beta. The game was good. There was a lot of lag and a lot of bugs, software bugs and everything, okay? So, when the game rolled out last year, here's my problem with it, okay? When the game rolled out last year upon release, the game itself was plagued with bugs on end, okay? It was to the point to where it was affecting the online matches, to where if you hit your opponent, when you punch it, like there were detection bugs, okay? There were detection bugs. Like, example, if you punched your opponent online, somehow, some way, it was overridden by your opponent hitting you, and you have to eat that super move. Does that make sense? So there were simple bugs like that which was plaguing the game upon release, okay? Another issue with Pocket Bravery upon release, other than the online bugs that it had, is that there were bugs going along the lines with not being able to respond with your controller. Like when you go to the menu, sometimes when you go to the menu, you couldn't move. You couldn't control the menu. Like, you couldn't just pick up the controller and control the menu. Sometimes you even trying controlling the menu game, even trying to control the game's menu through the directional inputs on the keyboard. There were times where you had to turn the game off, turn off the close the app and reopen it. Okay, so there was that. The game was just had ongoing bugs going on upon its release. Satara Studio was aware of this issue, and they addressed the issue, but it took a little time. Okay, it took a little time. They fixed the issues, but there were still bugs that were still persisting. We were still waiting on the console release. The only thing that was released for consoles was the demo. You can currently play the demo on PlayStation 4, I believe also Xbox and Nintendo Switch. That's the only thing that's available right now. We are 1 year later. We still haven't heard any kind of thing on what's going on. Which actually there is a recent comment by a fan, which I will read to you guys in a minute. The gameplay is very good. The gameplay is very, very good. Okay. And it's just, again, the game was just played with bugs upon release, and to where sometimes it just made the gameplay unenjoyable. Sometimes the game would crash online. But yeah. So here's one of the comments. From one of the fans of the game. He says, I'm going to read it to you. He says, I'm actually a little disappointed by the DLC being swapped out like that mid-season. It's only a palette swap at worst for the new character. Would have been better if as an extra DLC character for Season 1, especially how delayed the DLC characters are to be released compared to what was scheduled upon promise, which I do remember that. When they swapped the characters during release, during development, they didn't tell the fans that they were going to do that. Like the devs, publishers, or whoever is in decision making really needs to compensate the players in some way for the delayed waiting and things getting switched around like that. There's definitely room for improvements on marketing too. Yes, accountability needs to be taken seriously, in my honest opinion. And he's right. He's definitely right about that. And speaking of the release, one person asked, any word on the console release of Pocket Bravery? Another person says, according to Satara, the console ports are ready, but falls on the publishers to give the green light. So there you have it. Now, this comment about the console version of this was dated back September 18th, 2024. Okay, that was 2 months ago. We haven't heard anything since. The DLC, the DLC swapping, that was back in August 14, 2020. That happened this year. And I got something to add to that, to what the fan said about the DLC part, okay? Rick, the DLC character Rick, he was announced mid-December last year, and he was supposed to drop that same month. That whole month of December went by, and Satara didn't tell anybody about it. They went silent. He wasn't released until July of last year. So I don't know anything about marketing, okay? I know next to nothing about marketing, okay? So, you know what I mean? So the most thing that you could do is tell the fans what's going on. It's the Terra Studio. You are not telling your fans, keeping up to date with what's going on with the game, the console release, okay? You're not keeping up to date with the fans, with the current things, what's going on with the current state of Pocket Bravery, okay? So you're not keeping up with the fans on that. You've got to be able to keep your fans in the know. Otherwise, the player base isn't going to grow like you want it to be. People are going to drop the game. I've had thoughts of deleting the game. So Terra Studio, please do something about it, because I really would hate to drop this game, okay? Let me know what you guys think. Is there any fans of the Pocket Bravery series? Let me know in the chat, guys, and I will see you in the next video very soon. Peace out.